Leos, welcome to your weekly forecast. So still a lot of concentration on your second house of your values and finances, things like that on a material level. You have Venus and Mars here, which means you can be attracting some of that stuff to you, especially with Jupiter expanding this area still. But it's also motivating, right? I think being motivated towards your material values, your material security, things like that can really unlock a lot of that Mars life force motivating type of energy. So your ruler just shifted last weekend into your your third house. So you are likely continuing with this focus on learning, sharing, maybe exchanging, maybe connecting with your community or peers, but all this sort of synergistic energy, maybe some of you getting into business or trade, but learning nonetheless, right? Learning from others, but also maybe if it's more introverted, learning from books or writing, things like that. Really a big focus right now, and where you can really be gaining this life force and gaining this energy, which is your ruler, the sun. So the shift this week, Monday, Tuesday, is Mercury going into your fourth house, and this is the house of your home. It's the house of your location and also the house of family and health when it comes to the physical health of things. So your mind is going into this personal area, and I think this is setting a stage for what will be the next couple months, emphasizing this area, November, December time. But it's already been emphasized in the sense that over the past 2 years, you've had Saturn solidifying this area. For a lot of you, you've been maybe setting some solid structures with your home or your location. Maybe you need to be patient with this area for a longer term perspective, right? So I think you're willing to do that, especially this week with the trine up to Uranus and Saturn, which I'll talk about. But yeah, with Mercury, your mind's going here and you're learning about all this stuff that really is about setting solid foundations in life. So midweek, you're probably feeling quite empowered, or you can be rather, with the opening, the Pluto sextiling up to the sun. Again, helping you bring in some good energy to learn, to share, to communicate, things like that. But what I really think it's about is this empowerment of your self-expression. Pluto has been transiting your fifth house since 2007. So a lot of you have been facing fears in terms of self-expression, in terms of having fun. Sometimes we do have to face fears to have fun, actually. So that kind of thing, I think it's great to connect to those things and people that you're passionate about or situations that you're passionate about. And there's just an opening for that, but it could be very empowering this week, in fact. And it's empowering you, right? It's empowering your sense of identity and who you are and your self-image and things like that, because it is your ruler there. All right, so the most important aspect this week, it'll be Friday, Sunday time when it goes exact. Saturn trining up to Uranus. Again, I think with the solid foundations you've had with your home, your location, a lot of you, your physical health, feeling a bit free here. And I think it should be some final changes you're making here, especially if this has been an area changing since December and maybe shifted since May, all right? Yeah, and it's coming from the area of vulnerability. Uranus in your eighth house, I think. Uranus has been helping you find the freedom of vulnerability, both with yourself, with life, and relationships, actually. But this is all supportive. You're doing it. You're feeling it. And for some of you, it could be shared resources, right? Anything involving debts or borrowed stuff or others' resources. You have this greater sense of freedom here with this area that is supporting your roots and foundations. Now, what I think it's actually changing is your relationships as a result of all this. I think you're becoming much freer in your relationships, or there's more freedom in them, which is great. And also too with your work and routine. I think there's some excitement there, some changes, some new and different things that are being integrated, that have been integrated since December, but you can continue to integrate this week with that as well. All right, so that is the week in a nutshell. Leo, hope you have a great week. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet gotten a personal reading, be sure to check that out on the page, and I'll see you all very soon for the next forecast. Take care.